All right, the question comes to me, Pastor Dowell, why is it that you just mentioned that you're in the military, but you don't talk much about it? Well, believe it or not, even when Sister Carol and I was young newlyweds or just young parents, when I was there in the 82nd, I didn't. I probably she'll probably tell you I never ever talked about my job or nothing too much about the military at all. Once I got home, I just kept the military there. And I definitely wasn't going to call home and tell my mother what I've done and the things we do, nor my dad. And of course, when you're married and you have children, and everybody's going to find out when somebody dies in a training accident. Everybody's going to find out, and the type of fear and terror that it breeds throughout the community, as well as on post whenever someone dies from a training accident. It's a reality check. It really truly lets you know how short life is and how dangerous our job was. I mean, I pretty much briefly just leave it at, I used to jump out of airplanes and rappel out of helicopters, and I pretty much just leave it at that. Have I done a lot of stuff? Sure I have. Have I been to a lot of places? Yes, I have. Have I seen a lot of things? Yes. But me personally, I just don't talk about none of it. And even with veterans, I don't even talk about it. I just don't. I just don't talk about a lot of stuff from the military. And I'm glad more than anything that as the years go on, that I've actually forgotten a lot. But there are some things that are just etched in your mind that you'll never forget. But I pretty much don't like talking about my military experience. I just leave it in general at that. And who knows? I mean, maybe some of you love talking about it or whatever it is. I do know that a lot of people who came before me or that was in my time frame, you can talk to them. They never talked about it much. I mean, I remember when Brother Bullock, all right, and I knew Brother Bullock probably maybe 5 years before he passed, and he was a door gunner. He was a door gunner in Vietnam, and we would sit and talk, but we never talked about kills. We never talked about what he did in Nam. We never did. And then old brother Bill, he was a Marine infantry, and we never talked about stuff. And these guys were in their 70s. We never talked about. We just knew that we was veteran, and there was a lot of things that are just better off understood, not said. And we just never did. We just never talked about a lot of things. And I can go on and on and on. It's just something that we just really don't talk about. I don't know how to explain it. And I can only equate it to this. If I didn't come home and talk to my wife about what I did. I mean, think about this. Here I'm a paratrooper, and Sister Carol didn't even really truly comprehend and understand just the danger in that until like 3.5 years after I already am in the military. And she could tell when I was getting ready to go jump, but I didn't even tell her, hey, we got to jump tonight. I would tell her pretty much. It went like this. I had a rucksack that I would keep in the closet, before you would head out the door. And I would tell her, and then of course Chuck, he got up to like 2 or 3 years old, my oldest son, and I would tell them, I said, if you ever see that rucksack gone, then Dad is not coming home for a little bit. And I didn't know if it was going to be weeks or months. And so Chuck had got into the habit, this is what Carol told me, that he would run downstairs and every morning he would open up the closet to see if the rucksack was gone. But if the rucksack was there, he knew that I would be back coming in my PT uniform, getting ready to change into my battle dress uniform, what they call BDUs then. And so he knew I'd be home. And of course, it was all mostly focused on if Dad was going to be home, then he's going to take me to the playground. He's going to throw football with me. He was going You know what I mean? Spend time with me. That's what he's going to do. And I did. Now, every day that I was home, I spent time with my son and my daughter. As soon as I get home from work, a lot of times they be sitting there waiting on me at the door. They hear me pull up and they dropped everything. Bam! That was it. And next thing you know, I didn't even, many times I didn't even get in the door before we went out straight to the playground or riding bikes around the community or something like that. But I just pretty much never really talked about things I've done in the military. And I still don't till this day. I really, truly don't till this day. I just try to just leave it as is. Some people try to pry and, want to get personal. But even if I still keep it, keep arm's length. Why I do that, I don't know. Ask some other veterans why they do it. I don't know. I just can't explain it. Just don't talk about it.